My name is Ilihia, proud to serve as your Hawaii County Film Commissioner and also on the board of the Big Island Press Club. My roots kind of come from the journalism side of things, with the college paper here at Hilo and freelancing around and various things. Oh, thanks, honey. But right now, I just wanted to introduce two special people who are with us. The first person, I just thought of this a couple minutes ago. My first political memory in 1992 was putting on this lady's campaign shirt when she was running for mayor. I was 6 years old and this was my first political memory. I'd like to introduce State Senator Lorraine Ilihia. I don't know if you remember me running around in the headquarters. My first political memory. We took home yard signs even though nobody drove on our roads. We took them. And the second person I wanted to introduce, he's our speaker tonight. He's known as a comedian, but really he's a communicator. And what he does is tell stories. And he grew up in Kalihi on Oahu. He's a champion boxer in his younger days. I'm sure he could still, still can.
No can.
Okay. In his younger days, he's a champion boxer. His comedy career began in 1991, right before I put on the campaign shirt. And he's been a fixture in the local comedy scene. But more recently, the County of Hawaii has been working with Augie to bring a message of respect, bring a message of aloha, bring a message of anti-bullying, physical fitness, taking care of the land, bring these positive messages to our students in schools island-wide. He's been working really, really hard. I mean, that's how you look. You look tired because he's working. But we're really happy to have him here this evening with us. Mr. Augusto Tulba, also known as Augie T.
Because I'm Portuguese, I use my hand a lot, so I don't feel comfortable behind a podium. Yeah, okay. There you go. Well, thank you so much for that introduction. It has been, I was talking to Bob earlier. It's been life-changing for me since taking the job, because originally I wasn't going to take the job. I remember we talked a little bit, and I came into Hilo with just a cell phone. And I went, how do I tell Billy Keynote no? Because my daughter's foundation was slowly taking off. My daughter runs a foundation called Brave Hawaii, and Brave stands for be respectful and value everyone. Because when she was 11, she was bullied. And I can relate to that because I grew up in public housing. My mom was Haole, my dad's Filipino, and we live in public housing. So we got picked on a lot. And we had to learn how to fight. We had to learn how to stand up and not get picked on. And then if you guys ever see my comedy, you guys know I have two openly gay sons. They went to Waianae and they got picked on. So it took my 11-year-old to go, I like to do something about it. So she wrote a book called It's Okay to Be Different. And Dwayne Carisu, you guys all know the Carisu family, he published my hair's book, and up until today, she probably sold almost 2,000 books. So it took my daughter standing up and saying, let's do something about it. And when Billy saw me, Billy's thinking was like, Augie, I like you go to the schools and talk about recycling and health and fitness. And I was like, And you guys know Billy, when I was, you guys gotta picture this now, I'm sitting in his office and I'm ready for catch the plane for go home. And just say, hey, thank you for the opportunity, but it's gonna be hard because my family, and he's like, oh, it's gonna be good, Augie. Billy's like, hey, it's gonna be the best. You're gonna enjoy this. And I was like, And it's like, why? I go, I want to do my daughter's foundation. And he looked at it and he said, why don't we do this in the schools? Why don't you do this and then incorporate everything else? Because being respectful is really, taking care of land, taking care of yourself, the way you talk to people. So we put together this program, and since doing the program, almost 9 weeks now, right? 9 weeks. I already spoken to like almost 3,000 kids. And it's spreading because, you know how teachers, they talk to each other on a neighbor island. So the DOE called 2 weeks ago, hey, can we meet? I don't know what you guys doing on a big island. So I started with the DOE. And the DOE was so excited about the programs because we do anti-bullying for the little kids. But in the intermediate school level, I talk about setting goals. In high school, I talk about making good choices because I was a guy that made plenty bad choices. And I think that's the reason why I can do comedy, because my life is rotten. And I've seen rotten things, so I talk about it. Long story short, we go, okay, we'll meet again with the entire DOE and you can explain your program. Because we like what you just told us. Oh, we sold on it, right? 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, I get a call. Listen, Augie, I sent a memo and you should be getting calls. Like, wait a minute, what? Because, you know, we want you to do this statewide. I'm like, hey, hold on. I thought we were supposed to have another meeting and, you know, we'll talk about it. So in the last 3 days, I probably had over 60 calls from teachers all over the state. Can you come talk in our school? Can you do this? Can you do that? Oh, my commitment is to Hawaii Island. Okay, first, let me do that first, and then I'll take care of everybody else. So it's been life-changing for me. And I think for our scholarship winners, it is awesome because I remember when I got that opportunity. Believe it or not, I was a boxer. I won the 1985 Golden Gloves in Hawaii at 16 years old. And I was on my way to go to Southern Michigan on a boxing scholarship, free ride at 16 years old. Yeah! I'm going to college. I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate, go college. And then I get a call in the 11th grade from my school counselor going, you made your girlfriend pregnant. Oh. What? Oh, and your life stops. Your life completely stops. But I was never the kind of guy, because I grew up in public housing. I've always had this work ethic. I watched my mom and my dad work hard. I watched my mom come in, you know, at 1 o'clock in the morning, then my dad go out at 3 o'clock in the morning for work. So this work ethic was in me from the very beginning. Wasn't rich, grew up in public housing, but saw amazing opportunities. So whenever I get the chance to come and speak, you know, especially to young students about making good decisions, you know, I think that's a strong message. And you guys are already on your way. You know, this weekend I get to speak at Honolulu's graduation, and you know, if you guys been here for a while, you guys that Honolulu has a very special place in my heart, because somebody piped me in the face a couple years ago. And it made, like, I guess that was a Hilo year's event. You know, some lady was so mad, she piped my face because I did a commercial on Maui. So, I've been doing comedy now for almost 25 years. 25 years. And it started off on a dare. And I always tell young kids and young students that that's where it starts sometimes, a dare. Because we all have a purpose, you know? When I went to see Andy Bumatai for the first time, was on because I was on Maui, and my auntie was a fan of Yvonne Elliman. You guys know? Remember? I can't help you. I don't know. And I was like, oh, this lady sucks. Put back the comic. I like watch the comic. I was a comedian because I saw the comic. And I went, wow, these guys making 2,000 people laugh. That blew me away. I was this 9-year-old kid going, that's what I like being. I like being a comedian. I like tell jokes. And I bought albums. I bought, you know, cassette tapes. And I memorized. And I already knew that somewhere in my life, I was going to be a performer. And it took great mentors later on in my life. In intermediate school, I was failing English. And my guidance teacher, Miss Murakami at Doe Intermediate, said, Augie, 2 things can happen today. You either can say yes or flunk and get lickings from your mom and your dad. I went, oh, okay. Maybe I take the lickings. Because like that, I was a mean Filipino man, you know? And I said, no, what I gotta do then? What I gotta do? What's the other? I want you to enter the speech tournament. speech tournament only for the nerds. You know, I have ADHD, I'm the guy in the back talking, disturbing the whole class. I was that guy. But our mentors, right, our teachers, because we spend so much time with them, they know us, I think, more than our parents. They know our characters, they know a lot. And this Miss Murkamp went, you love to talk. So I'm gonna help you do this speech tournament. I go, okay, alright. And so for 3 weeks, she would spend time with me. And I remember 8th grade, door intermediate, the curtains closed. I'm walking backstage, all the nerdy kids looking at me like, what you doing here? And in my mind I was like, you let me punch your face now or after? I never said that out loud, but I was thinking that. I was like, wow, these guys, they're bullying me. Every insecurity came out. I'm like, oh no, But I remember, because I worked hard, and because somebody took the time and somebody believed, I knew, like, I got something to prove over here. I wasn't nervous, I was prepared. I was ready, And then I remember the curtains opening. And then all my friends from the public housing, all my Samoan friends in the back was like, Augie, get off the stage! You're not supposed to be on the stage, only the smart kids on the stage! You stupid, get off the stage! And I was like, you're not on the stage! And I remember the applause I got, because when you do something good, especially I play like Hilo, you live in a small community. When Marcus Mariota won the Heisman Trophy, didn't we feel like we all won the trophy? That's how it felt for me. When he said, doing humorous interpretation, Augie Tulba. And my friends in the back were like, oh, Augie, yeah, Augie! And the police, because I was the last person they would think would be on stage doing something like that. And I remember I did Rap Replinger. You guys remember Rap Replinger? I did room service. You remember room service? Yeah, this is what I did. And nobody knew. The teachers never know that. I was already from 9 years old. I had it memorized. I knew the housekeeping. I know the voice. Housekeeping. Oh no, room service, can I help you? This is Mr. Fogarty, room 1225. I'd like to order some dinner and have it sent up to my room. And what room was that? Room 1225. Room 1225, and that's a Mr. Frogtree. No, Fogarty, can I help you? Rasta, tuli. And what would you like? I like a cheeseburger deluxe, French fries, and a thick chocolate malt. Oh, a cheeseburger. Oh, excuse me, do you like the hamburger deluxe with cheese on the top? Oh, a cheeseburger deluxe. I like a cheeseburger deluxe. And would you like that with or without cheese? With what? Cheese. Oh, why you never said it in the first place? One side or a cheese? No. And what happened was, I won the speech contest. And when I go into the schools, especially the middle school kids, and I tell them that story, I tell them, what happens when you work hard and when you perfect something, your gift, whether it be journalism, TV, people just kind of flock to it. People that normally don't talk to you, now wait, wow, how you did that? How you got that scholarship? Or how you created that? And that's what it did for me. The boxing, the hard work, the careless mistakes, is all part of life. You know what I mean? As a comic, I cherish that. I don't look at it as like, oh, my life is damaged. No. You know what? When I made my girlfriend pregnant, I took responsibility. At 16, I was working at Jack in a Box. How you gonna support your kid on Jack in a Box money? At that time, $3.15 minimum wage was. $3.15. But I remember a guidance teacher, right? You look through the help wanted ads. Oh, 6 months experience, Kapilani Medical, $725. I have 6 months Jack in a Box experience. I don't need to make $725. But that kind of drive is what makes people excel. And nobody had to tell me, you know, for God, 16 years old, signing my application at Kapiolani Medical Center. Mrs. Murakami, the dietitian that day, was like, how old are you? I go, 16. And my girlfriend is pregnant and I need this job. She said, we don't normally hire high school students, we hire college, and you're too young. I go, no, I'm a boxer, so I have all my credits and I can come in at 12. And I made a deal. I said, if I miss work, if I'm late, you can fire me. And I stayed at Kapiolani Medical for 16 years. 16 years. And it paid for my doctor bill, my son's bill. I bought my home when I was 19 because I had credit. And it's because of just saying, I can do something. I have a purpose in life. You know what I mean? So when I see, you know, scholarship winners, or when I see kids that have that kind of drive, I get inspired because I remember making all decisions, and you guys are making the right decisions. You know what I mean? You know, all you have to do is just keep really working on it, making it nice. Now I get to come up on stage and talk to you guys, and you know, it's like the coolest thing. I talk about the trauma in my life. So I know there's no therapy for Augie. Every day there's stupidity, right? Every day. Oh gosh, I remember when they pied my face. I was the one that fought, and I got pied in the face. The newspaper went after me too. Oh, they just drew a big cartoon. I was like, that's not even my fault. The lady would pie my face. And then I gotta go speak at Honokai in 2 days, and the smell of banana cream pie. The smell of banana cream pie. And you know, I cherish the challenges because that's how I write comedy. You know, that's how I write comedy. I don't write comedy because everything is all happy. You know, I write comedy because there's challenges in my life. You know, when I first started comedy 25 years ago, I remember, like, you know, honestly, in the 25 years I've done comedy, I only have 5 complaints that I know of. 5. One was because I started talking about my gay son. Like, homosexual community got mad. This is like, you know, now it's really open. Like 10 years ago, you do anything like that, like, I can't believe he's making fun. And then they saw my son, I went, oh yeah, he's not right. Oh my, let's embrace him. Let's embrace him. But I was at their willingness to like speak out. And you know, you speak out and you talk, and it's healing. Even though they might not agree with it. You know, if I'm making you laugh, I did my job. And I remember when I did that, I was like, you know, they took my video off of Hawaiian Airlines because I was doing this funny dance that my son did, and people thought that was teasing. When you listen to the video, oh, okay, I understand. I was talking about how everything he says is a dance move. Everything. Hi. Yes. Relax, sister. I'm so happy. I'm afraid to have a conversation with the guy. I'm afraid that if I did, one whole dance routine would come out. I was school today. Oh, it's so awesome dance, isn't it? Like, we're in Walmart. Hey, we're in Walmart. Sit down, sit aside. We're in Walmart. People looking, Augie Jr., people looking. Everybody know your dad used to fight. Sit over. And then the second one came because Kamehameha School hired me to do comedy in Kahala Mall. Hey, you know, you're funny. You can tell jokes anywhere. Not really. but being the kind of guy I am, you know what I mean? I've always tried my best to keep my comedy clean. So that's the reason why I go, hey, you can't just go speak, go do comedy at Kahala Mall. Mind you, it's a mall. People walking by, no one's paying attention. Only the 5 people that's a fan. You know, they're fan. Come on, make me laugh. Everybody else is like, what is that Mexican boy doing outside? What is he talking about? Why is he talking? He's holding a mic and he's talking. And I was doing jokes. I was on the stage in a mall enjoying myself. I was talking. I don't care if people wasn't paying attention. Just as long as the 5 people was like with me, it was connected. I was like, we good. And I got paid, so we okay. But I remember doing the joke. I was having a good time, and this one lady came up to me, like, I don't really appreciate what you're saying. That was offensive, and it offended me, and I really didn't. I was like, you know, it's free, huh? You know, at some point you're gonna keep walking, right? You know, you're gonna. Why even stop and listen? You know what I do? I'm a comedian. You know, and the joke wasn't. Can I do the joke for you guys? You guys let me know. You guys seem like you guys are educated people. Sir, you gonna hear the joke?
Yes.
Here's the joke. Here's the joke. Okay. Because it was a mall, I had to talk to the last person in the back. Because the 5, they're with me. Everybody else not. So I gotta talk to the last person in the back. I asked a lot of questions, and I'm doing a lot of crowd. I asked the question, anybody love Mariah Carey? Anybody love Mariah Carey? And this joke I've been doing from the beginning of time. I was like, anybody like Mariah Carey? I said, you know the only problem with Mariah Carey is when she sings. She gets that high octave range, you know? Yeah. Attract dogs to my house. And that's it. Every time I play the CD, all the neighborhood dogs come to the house. So one day, my Filipino uncle comes over and goes, Augusto, because that's my real name. Augusto, can I borrow your Mariah Carey CD? That was a joke. That was a joke. And then it was like, I was offended, but I never said nothing. Why are you offended by that? I never said nothing. Did I say, what if my uncle liked Mariah Carey? Did I say my uncle is using a CD for bait? I never say that. But it amazes me how little things offend people. So you're in a business, right? In a business of possibly offending somebody by what you write, what you put on TV, but you gotta be able to look past that. It's getting harder for me as I was telling Bob. It's getting harder for me to write comedy now because I'm in the schools. You know, before the devil and the angel, and they chatting, and I'm like, shut up! I'm gonna do them anyway. But now when I'm in the schools, it's kind of different because the angel going, you sure you like tell that joke? And this guy goes, you tell that joke, Augie! And I can hear him now. And my ADHD is like killing me because I cannot focus. But it's just part of the process every day of learning and growing. And I cherish those moments, you know what I mean? So whenever you get the chance to like express what you're feeling because you have this great opportunity, now that you're a scholarship recipient and you will have a voice soon, you should use that because it is powerful. It is powerful. It can change people's lives. It can offend people, you know? But the beautiful thing is that we live in a society that allows us to do that. You know, where I can come to a restaurant like this and talk about my gay son, talk about how I messed up, and nobody will feel offended. Nobody will be like, oh. And that's what I appreciate the most about, doing what I do now. And that's why I love going into the schools, and that's why I like hearing how, students like you guys do amazing things because you inspire people. You might not think that, We'll post pictures on Facebook tonight. I'm going, oh look, where's my phone? Already I got I took a picture of them. This is how we live our life now, right? You guys remember when this was connected to the wall? Remember you could only go this far? Now everything's phone, man. And I remember when I could memorize everybody's number. You remember that? What's your number? 845-3252. Now, you drop this phone. I didn't even know all my wife's phone number. I took a pictures of and I already had like 312 hits You know, wow, that's inspiring on my Instagram page. That's how quick. You know, that's how much you can inspire people. So use your gifts, use your scholarships that the Big Island Press gave to you, and go inspire people. Be truthful, be honest, and just kick or call it. All right, yes, thank you. Is it question and answer? Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you were coming up in your career,
Yeah.
who were some of your heroes of comedy, and today, who do you look at and just bust laugh at?
Because, you know, I saw Andy Bumatay when I was 9. I was at the Yvonne Elliman concert, and who's that? The guy he looked like a Tootsie-Roll from where I was sitting, you know, like, but he was saying some funny stuff. I was like, holy smoke, you know, and then I listened to Booga Booga. But I will tell you, my greatest influence was my dad. Because if you listen to my comedy, a lot of it is about my family. So my uncle, my Filipino uncle, told the funniest stories, because we all get that uncle that had amazing stories. And I think I'm blessed that I was able to get that gift, that, you know, that I was able to look at something and tell a story about it. My Filipino uncle had the best stories. Remember Filipino, and he had the thickest accent. So he's like, you know, me and your daddy. You know, me and your daddy was doing the rubbish. Because I started eating. And my dad was a rubbish man, right? And my dad said, me and your daddy was doing the rubbish down at Makaha. Down in Makaha, we're doing the rubbish. All of a sudden, me and your daddy, we hear a chatter. The husband and wife is fighting up in Makaha, but we don't pay attention because that's not our business. We block it out. We continue to do the rubbish. All of a sudden, I look again, the lady inside the rubbish can, and her leg is sticking out. But that's not my business. And then I tell me, keep going, don't look, keep going. So we do the rubbish, we go across that side of the street, and then your daddy go, Doy, go check the rubbish with the leg is sticking out. So I listen to your daddy, right? I go up to the rubbish. I see the leg is sticking out. I look inside the rubbish can. I tell your daddy, wow! How come they throw away this? Still good, this. So, my influence was just sitting around and listening to my biggest influence of my mom and my dad.
Who do you like today?
Huh?
Who do you like today? I mean, not just locally,
Who do
but
I
nationally.
I like Bill Burr. Bill Burr, you know, we're about the same age, so I can relate to his comedy. You know, and I like Brian Regan, and I try my best to, like, you know, write the comedy for me. It starts off really raw with me being Augie, so every effort, but then as I work through the bit, it becomes clean, because I gotta feel the character. Because my dad is an old Filipino man that has no filter. You know, just no filter. And my mom is this short Portuguese howling lady that has no filter too. So you get two guys going at it all day. And my dad is, you know, beginning stage of dementia. So when we were growing up, he was the boo. You know, hey, and my mom's like, no. My dad is with his walker. And my mom's like, hurry up! I like deep balls! Because my dad is 20 years older than my mom. So my dad is like almost 90. My mom is still in her 60s, and she get plenty of energy. Come on, old man, let's go. I hate you. I hate you. It's so funny because I sing with my dad, and he's like, Augie. And we never had conversations growing up, so it's kind of weird that he has dementia, but like he's not bad dementia. He's like almost opposite. So like everything's like, hey. Where's your TV? Your TV? No, I like divorce your mother. I don't know about my dad. It's dementia. He can remember like stuff that was done 40 something years ago, 50, but he don't remember nothing in the last 10 minutes. And he lives with me. My mom and dad live with me. Every time I make Portuguese bean soup, go look on Instagram. He's like, you made the soup? Dad, I made the soup. You made the soup? This is good soup, Augie. Wow, I never know you know how to cook, you know how to make soup. Where are you? Are you listening to Milani? Wow. Wow, who made the soup? Yeah, I made the soup, Dad. Where Larry? Larry died. Larry died? Oh no, Larry died. Larry died. Larry owe me money. Michael, in my wallet on a dresser, next to the picture of me and Ducano Moku. One time we were surfing way back when. Oh, I remember that day. It was so nice. The set it was unbelievable. We were surfing, we were singing. Okay, who made this soup? Dad, I made the soup. Where's Ernie? Ernie lives in Mililani. Where's Larry? Larry's dead. I made the soup. Larry's dead. Ernie lives in Mililani. Michael, get my wallet. Next to the picture of me and Queen Lily Okalani. Just before they lock her up in Iolani Palace. I remember I was a small boy behind the gate singing Aloha Oi. Well, Larry made the soup. No, Dad, I made the soup. I made the soup. So it's fun now because I'm experiencing stuff that I've never experienced. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, after I'm done with the whole school stuff, that I'll find some comedy in that, you know, just talking with people, you know, because it gets pretty wild with emails and people, you know. I'm not the bullying expert, I'm not. You know, like, can you call me? Dude, I don't know. I bring awareness. So, just one question? Oh, go.
Yeah, indeed. You go into the schools to talk about bullying with the kids. Now, you know, I know, everybody knows, just say no does not work.
Does not.
So
right.
what do you do that does
Okay,
work?
let me, because that's a question that's asked a lot. What I do with the kids is, I don't do it in an assembly like stuff. So if I gotta go back to a school for 4 or 5 times, I do it in a classroom because I think I can get their attention and I can have one-on-one. So what in the program that I do is, I let the kids and I give them an opportunity to describe what the bully looks like. So they're the ones that come. I don't do anything. I control the skit. Made up a skit and I go, okay, can anybody tell me who's a cyber bully? And of course I'm holding an iPad. Who's the cyber bully? And I put glasses on, I make the kid, I do the stereotype. Correct. That's it. Who's the and there's a kid that I dress up in a Hulk, Incredible Hulk outfit. So who do you think is the physical bully? And they were, it's usually the smallest kid in the class. So now we're describing the social bully, the physical bully, the cyber bully, and I forgot the last one. They describe. And then what I do is I go, how do we help the bully? So now you come up with the solution. How can we help the cyber bully? And I have a little microphone usually, and the kids come up and they go, well, you can say nice things on the internet. Correct. So I don't tell them how to take. I let them take because I think it's important that, especially in a classroom setting, the bully might be the guy already on stage. You know what I mean? And the kids are going, without saying it in his face, he's part of the skit, that you shouldn't be doing that. Say nice things online. Or maybe because you have strong, big muscles, you can help around the classroom. Or maybe because you're so smart, why don't you help other kids with their homework? So that's how I'm doing them. And at the end of the presentation, they usually get a recycling game because we like to recycle. It's part of the whole curriculum. They get a booklet that we created. In the back, there's all the programs that the county offers that's free. And they all go home with jump ropes so that they can stay physically fit. so that's how we do it. I stay away from I have the solution because we all know you cannot. It's like drinking and driving. People gonna drink and they're gonna drive. People gonna bully, and you don't want to start making laws where kids go in jail because they said something. So I'm all for like letting them come up with the solutions. So that's what I'm doing. Thank you for that question.
My question is, there's a process for traditional writing,
Yeah.
and what about comedy writing? Like, does it hit you at 3 a.m. what the scenario is going to be? The angel, devil, do they like wake you up? Or
Sometimes.
How does
I don't
that
write
work?
that because I'm dyslexic. I'm
So-
like my it's really severe. That's why I stutter because and I'm ADHD. So I'm talking to you guys, but like I'm already thinking about. I'm looking at the lights. I'm hearing the guys dish. Everything's going crazy right now in my head. But the idea is George Wallace. If you guys went to Las Vegas, you know that George Wallace does supposedly the funniest comedy show in Vegas at 10 o'clock. And when I was coming up to the ranks, he saw me do comedy, and he put me aside. So what is the process? I asked him, what is the process? Same thing. He goes, you know what? It's usually the first thing that comes to mind that makes you laugh. Because when you watch comedy, and you went, oh, I'm laughing at the bit because we've gone through it. So how real can you be without offending anybody by telling that story? That first whatever, the first thing that make you laugh. That's usually what will make other people laugh. You know, the way somebody walk, the way you describe the way they walk without saying, oh, so this, and if you do it without overacting, because I think body language plays a lot into like comedy, because if you're not having fun on stage, like people always ask me, how do I do comedy on the mainland, right? How do you do that, Augie? Well, first off, I don't worry about people in the audience because I'm having fun. So when I'm having fun, it comes out that way. It comes out fun. You might not understand, but they go, that guy's having a good time. That guy, he's having a good time, and maybe I can learn. And I always tell people, in Hawaii, we're brought up to talk a certain way because that's how you make it in life. But in the comedy realm, I just tell people, if you can understand, all you gotta do is just suck it up for 45 minutes. Because for all my life, I've had to learn to be like you. So for 45 minutes, can you just be me, and it's gonna be okay. So how I write comedy is just anything that makes me laugh in an instant. I write.
Wait, sorry, quick follow-up. Is it like an outline in your head? Like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go
Yeah, we like okay. So like with the dementia joke,
Yeah.
because my dad does it a lot.
Yeah.
We can stay there the whole day going, where are we going Vegas? Where are we going Vegas? I wanna go Vegas. I wanna go Vegas. Like on bad recording, right? So what I did was the repeating stuff is what's funny. And so of course there's a process. And the process is like, I over exaggerate the fact that he saw Queen Liliuokalani. That's not true. He might have saw the tsunami when he was growing up in Maui, because he always talks about that. Oh, I saw the tsunami on the tree. Oh, every day I know to get the tsunami started.
Is this a lot of it extemporaneous, or are you like planning ahead with this stuff?
Yeah, well, I never write anything down, and everybody, because I cannot do that. So what I do is like in a year. So I've done 6 DVDs the last 10 years. So what I do is I usually go, okay, I'm gonna write a whole, not write, but I'm gonna go in small rooms and work out bits. So like my gay son bit is now, if I don't do that in a comedy club, people get mad. Like, oh, you're not gonna talk about your kids? Oh, you hear about your kids, And with like same-sex marriage passing, it's so much fun now. I came home. The other day my son said, Dad, can you pay for my wedding reception? And I looked at him and said, why you gotta be the bride? so it's nothing hard. It's hacky, but it's funny, and I can keep going, like, so what, that means what? I gotta walk it on the aisle? Oh, sorry, we gotta skip down the aisle? How are we gonna do the father-son dance? And a lot of it is out of innocence, honestly. Being from Hawaii, we all get friends that say the most outrageous things, and like laugh in their face. You just kind of know it's coming. It's coming. My dad is that way, so I never had to I never looked far. Like when my son started bringing his boyfriend home, my dad, it's so weird because my dad was the kind of guy I was like, you're a box Augie. So when my son came out gay, my dad was like, all right, juicy fruit. You know, and then he's very accepting, but he's like, you know, this is no filter that I had. And he came home with his boyfriend. And this is the funniest thing. This is how old timer my dad. So he looked at me, like, okay, who's that with Bo? Who's that with Bo? I go, that's his partner. His partner. Is there anybody in the police force? And now they, you know, like, so left field. I'm like, police force, that's a joke right there. And when you get a Portuguese mom, it's over. you win. It's like a natural. You win. You know. So I take the simple local boy perspective on life. You don't have to. I always tell people, if I'm making people laugh, why don't you be smarter than you? I just want to make you laugh. So you take the simple, for local guy, you know, like with the whole TMT, you know, I could easily, it's controversial, right? TMT, you cannot, but you can make it funny. How you make it funny? That's some guy, oh yeah, TMT. Like, why am I look at I don't know. I'm gonna look at aliens. What am I gonna look at aliens for? The guy that don't know. You know, the guy like, oh, look at that kind of stuff. Like, let's see aliens, they're gonna swap me. And they're walking around, you know, but you can do, you know, like, you can, it's because it's not offensive, because you know you got a friend or neighbor that don't know. You know, so it's off for you if you play that guy. You gotta make that believable, man. If you don't make that believable, then you're calling somebody stupid. But we all have friends that way. That's why local comedy is fun, because we all get an innocent local guy that, you know, or my mom, you know, that's very simple-minded, not stupid. They just very, it comes from the heart. Might not come out correct. And that's sort of funny, because, you know, so, I laugh at that kind of stuff because I know the apple never fall far from the tree. You know, when I take my mom to one silent auction and she's holding her mouth. How can you not laugh at that? Like, what's the matter about? Silent auction. You can talk.
And why they call it a silent auction for? So stupid, these people.
It's like that. So, you know, I just put myself in all my friends' shoes and go, how do I make that funny without offending anybody? And it usually is because it comes from a real place. It's not written down. It's from a real place, you know. So, like, you know, I'm writing this, so I'm gonna do this for you guys, right? You know, now with the, you know, Twitter and Facebook, you know, and like how I'm all for, like, you know, if you have a voice, and now people finding on voice, you know, even my friends who don't know how to Twitter, we are hashtag we are right? But they don't know nothing about it. Hey, bro, hey. And you know, in a society that only votes 33% votes, I just think, man, in the next 10 years, we're gonna choose our president to Twitter. And you'll wake up one day and get brought out from Kyoka. I am the president of the United States. So that's how I spin it. You don't have to get brutal. You don't have to just kind of like, make it fun. Okay, I think we good? That's it. Look at me when I did it. Thank you guys.
You know, Augie touched a little bit in his last joke about how, you know, technology is kind of changing things for the world. And, you know, I was a scholarship recipient once upon a time, maybe like 10 years ago now. And working in the media field, I've been through a bunch of changes. I was just talking with Jan about this and really thinking about it, thinking back. I was writing for the Hawaii Island Journal, an independent, weekly, sometimes bi-weekly newspaper that is now gone. I wrote for Kawaiola O'Oha, which was, you know, our department got kind of separated, so that's not there anymore. My most recent freelance gig was with Mana Magazine, which announced this week that they're shutting down. So it's this constant evolution of the business. But I take heart in the fact that the scholarship recipients that I'm going to be introducing you all to tonight, they're growing up in this, and they understand that storytelling is storytelling. You know, different media, no problem. Right? We have a paper person, we have a digital person, we have a TV person, all kind of working with that same core talent of telling stories, making them relatable to people, you know, and giving folks the information they need to live their lives. So without too much further ado, our first recipient of the, sorry Nancy, was I supposed to do anything else before that? Okay, cool. So our first scholarship recipient is a 2011 graduate of Kapa'a High School on Kauai, attending Hilo. He's a philosophy and communications major. It's pretty heavy. And next semester, he's going to be an intern at the Applied Learning Experiences program. It's one of the online publications at Hilo, and they do a lot with their online magazine about kind of covering the students who are in various applied learning programs. And we're very happy to support this young man with the Jack Markey Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. And that goes to Mr. Eli Matola, who wasn't able to be here tonight. But congratulations to you. Our next scholarship winner was able to join us tonight. Miss Brittany Shaw graduated from Canada's Selkirk Secondary School. She's here at Hilo, communications major. She's been writing for the Hilo student paper. And I just found out this tonight that she's been selected editor-in-chief for the coming school year for Kekalahea. Congratulations. We have in the crowd here the staff advisor for Kekalahea, Tiffany Edward Hahn. You join a really good group of folks in the former editors-in-chief of Kekalahea. Good guys, good folks. So getting the Keynote Fukabori Memorial Scholarship in memory of one of the pioneers in Hawaii Island journalism, one of the first female reporters to kind of break off of the, oh, no kidding, Saturday Night to Journalism in high school. From Mrs. Fukabori, who she was one of the first females to really break from the style page and into real news. And so winning that scholarship in the amount of $600, Miss Brittany Shaw. Congratulations. Do you want to say a few words?
And I'm also really excited to be part of the Big Island Festival now. It's really great to meet everybody. I'm really excited for the next year. And thank you so much.
So please keep in mind that the scholarship isn't just a check. You get the support of all the members of the press club. Whatever you need, feel free to reach out to us. We're here to help you succeed. So our next winner, So our next winner wasn't able to be here tonight. She's at New York University, making all of us very proud with her work. She's a 2014 graduate of Kamehameha School's Hawaii campus. She is a media, culture, and communications major at NYU. She's the Oceania editor for NYU's travel magazine that I cannot pronounce. Baedeker? Hey, all right, touch it. And she's a contributing writer for the Washington Square News, the independent school paper of NYU, co-captain of the school's co-ed volleyball team, and a leader in the NYU Hawaii Club. And so we're happy to award the Marshall Reynolds Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 to Ms. Cashman Ayu. All right. And then next scholarship we're very happy to award to a young man who has made us very, very proud. He is he a junior now? Alex. Mr. Alex Bitter is a junior at UH Manoa. He is. I'm sorry, I should have read this way better. But he's been making us very, very proud, and he's the kind of scholarship recipient that makes us proud to know and makes us feel a little bit better about the future of journalism. He's been writing for Kaleo Hawaii. He's going to be editor. He was editor-in-chief. Is editor-in-chief. Was editor-in-chief, Kaleo Hawaii, the campus paper at UH Manoa. He did some studying in the continental US, in Minnesota, and just doing really, really well. He's a Regent Scholar at UH Manoa, majoring in journalism and political science. He's been an intern at Honolulu Magazine, Hawaii Business Magazine. This summer he's going to be interning at the Dow Jones News Fund in New York City. Just outstanding young man, graduate of Waiakea High School, Mr. Alex Bitter. We're very happy to have his family here tonight. Would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I came more prepared this year than last month when I had to speak with him.
More prepared than me, I'm sure. Please.
His sister.
All right, his sister here.
He wanted me to say that he's honored to receive this scholarship, and that it is scholarships like this that support students from the Big Island and give them financial peace of mind so that they can build their careers in Hawaii and far beyond. And he says in his case, that also means that he has more time to fight rats on the subway and to and from work each day, and increase his chances of surviving long enough to find a journalism job.
Outstanding. So that's the $1,000 Bill Arbala Scholarship, given in honor of one of the founding members of the Big Island Press Club. What's that? And our final scholarship recipient tonight, thank you for joining us and bringing your whole family filling half the room. Thank you very much. This is the Robert C. Miller Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. We're proud to award it to a, you never graduate yet, huh? Saturday. On Saturday, this young lady will be graduating from Waiakea High School, that fine institution. She's going to be attending the University of San Francisco in the fall, majoring in media studies, and she's been active at Waiakea in the Keynote program. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's the first statewide student TV news network in the nation, put together by our friends at PBS with the generous support of lots of folks in the community. In my role as film commissioner, I'm very proud that so many schools on our island are participating in that. These are students graduating from high school with the ability to conceptualize, shoot, package, edit, send off a news pack in HD for statewide TV broadcast. So graduating from high school with your stories on statewide TV, that's nothing to sneeze at all. And we're very proud to have you here, and we're very proud to award this year's Robert Miller Memorial Scholarship to Miss Casey LaGuire. We'd love to hear a few words.
I just want to say thank you so much to the Press Club for the scholarship. It means a lot to know that just kind of finding confidence in yourself through just having the support of the Press Club. They've already helped me or encouraged me to already contact USF about different film opportunities. Just really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. And beyond the 5 winners that we're here to honor tonight, we're very happy to get how many applications? 13 applications this year from young journalists who are either doing it or plan on doing it or hope to do it. Our industry is sometimes people get concerned about the future of journalism. But you know, with young folks like you coming up and really taking the baton from those in the previous generation, Rod Thompson, there's hope for this very important part of our community. So thank you, thank your brother, thank you, thanks to those students who couldn't make it tonight. Thanks again to Augie, master communicator. And on behalf of the scholarship committee of the Big Island Press Club, congratulations.
Yay.
Got any closing thoughts, Nancy?
No, I think you took them all.